But the fastest way for you to be successful, and I say this to men, and one of the reasons that I'm inspired to say this is because of all of the conversations and the controversy and people making everything about race. And I regularly hear from guys that want coaching calls that have problems with their girl. People have problems with their business. A lot of guys are going viral for the wrong reasons. I thank you, Gray Way. I'm gonna read that shortly. But the reason that I say that is because we've relied so much on the federal government. We've relied so much on diversity, equity, and inclusion. We've relied so much on supporting Black businesses. Um, we've relied so much on the dumb stuff, on our physical abilities, and the things that get us in trouble. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, you get into a confrontation with somebody, right? And let's say, for example, you also have been raised to be able to handle confrontation. Don't nobody better step on my shoe, or I'll beat your ass. All of that stuff, right? Just the mindset that then lends itself to the stereotype that is regularly applied to us that makes it seem like all Black people are a certain way, or all men are a certain way, or all women are a certain way. The fastest way for you to solve for a problem is you have to learn how to control your emotions. And in order to control your emotions, you have to condition yourself to think through a problem. Just because you can do something does not necessarily mean that you have to do something. Just because you can say something doesn't mean that you have to say something. The first thing that I do when anytime that somebody says something, I'll give you another example. Um, I've been seeing a lot of people trying to convince me and trying, like, I see a lot of videos popping up, and I'm sure a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Is videos popping up where people are basically trying to bait me into getting into a confrontation with people and all of that stuff. And 10 years ago, that might have worked. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, it may have made sense. But 43-year-old Anton in 2025, I'm too smart for that. Some people never grow up. Some people never get out of that arrested development stage. That's why you see guys that go to jail for the rest of their life. Like, they regularly are prison inmates. They regularly go to jail. They can't stay out of jail. They can't stay out of the hood. That's why you see the same people going through the same stuff, because they never evolve. And so previously, I would have just flew off the handle. Yeah, it may have been a little bit entertaining, but it wouldn't have been conducive because it ain't no money in that. It ain't no real benefit to that. It ain't no long-term growth that comes along with that. So, I see people all the time that tries to place me with other people when, in my opinion, when it comes to success, when it comes to a ceiling that I don't have a ceiling, right? The direction that I'm going in and the way that I play my cards, I don't have the same ceiling as other people. So it would behoove me to not think through it and say, okay, so what are the benefits of this? What are the possibilities of that? Some people get mad at me, for example, and say, I can't believe that you are cool with Myron. What do you mean you can't believe that I'm cool with Myron? So you think that just because we had disagreements in the past, that that's supposed to be up forever? We supposed to be beefing forever? And then I think my way through it and I say, well, wait a minute. What would it benefit me to beef with this guy over something that didn't even have nothing to do with me? Me and him, prior to that, we had never had a conversation before. So then I extend an olive branch and I say, you know what? I was off about you. I may not have agreed with everything that you said. I may not even agree with a lot of things that you say with regard to this particular subject, but I see the value that you have. And then he says, logically thinking, because he's evolved, he's not the same person that he was even a year ago, even 2 years ago, even 3 years ago. And he says, you know what, Anton? Let me come over and show some love because you showed some love to me, and let's figure it out. So we text him back and forth. We've been interacting back and forth. And so we say we're going to link up in person and stuff like that. But I guess my point of the conversation is I don't hold grudges. Some people will say, man, why are you cool with this person? They said something about Kevin Samuels. They said the same thing about Boyce Watkins, right? And when me and Boyce had a conversation, we handled it. We discussed our disagreements. And then we said, you know what? We're not going to talk negatively about each other. Or maybe we'll say what we disagree with from a content perspective. But I don't have no beef with Boyce. He may live his life differently than me. He may have a mindset that is different than mine. But what does it benefit me to actually have a negative disposition with somebody when in reality, we better together than we are apart? I may disagree with you. You may say something and I may comment and have a conversation about something that I disagree with you about, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to hold a grudge or that I'm going to negatively think about you for the rest of my life. You understand what I'm saying? Like there are people that add value. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that you can tell the difference between the people that think logically versus the people that are always on some grudge stuff or always on some beef stuff or always want confrontation. Those people have a ceiling. Those people have a ceiling. The people that have value, they figure it out. They always work through it. And even if they don't necessarily work with each other, or even if they don't necessarily rock with each other, they figure out how to respectfully move in a different direction, even if it was a temporary circumstance, because it is beneficial. What am I telling people right now? What am I trying to communicate to guys? Because a lot of people will even say, well, Anton, you don't necessarily say what we need to do differently. I'm telling you what you need to do differently. I'm telling you that you need to raise your emotional intelligence and lower your ego, lower your anger, lower your ignorance. I see people that beef. Every single thing that they do online is beef, beef, beef. I'm mad at you. I'm mad at this. I'm mad at that. I just laugh at them. They still be in the 30 range, still be in the 40 range, still be in the 50,000 subscribers. Some people may even hit 100, 200,000 subscribers, 250, close to 300, something like that. And they can't get past that ceiling. They can't bust through that ceiling. They just can't do it. And that's okay for them. Like, you know what? They may make a little money, they may do okay and all of that stuff. And if that's what you want, that's cool. But what I'm trying to say is we need to change the way that we go about doing things. You know how it's so easy to manipulate Black people to fall right into the racist trope, to fall right into the whole conversation of dividing yourself against another Black person, to find yourself dividing yourself against white people. Do you know that that is the easiest way to distract you from being able to get to the money? If I can keep you preoccupied with ego and beef and drama, you will kill each other while everybody else is taking advantage of the fact that you lowering the property values of your neighborhood so that we can then buy it out and then make it so expensive to where you can't come in there and then be able to take advantage of the property value exploding and then sell it back to you at a premium because your perception of it is based off of how I manipulated you. It was the hood until we came in. You ever notice how, and again, I love everybody, so but I'm gonna just tell the truth. Have you ever noticed how people don't value something until white people move in? Then they say that it's being gentrified. But if I come in and I change it and I raise the value of it, that's just me taking care of my community. It's all perception. It's all a mindset. Do you know why it's okay for them to allow for you to not police yourself, for them to be okay? You know why Democrats think that it's okay for y'all to say, fuck the police or defund the police or do all of these things? Do you know why? Because they have huge donors and huge investors that are sitting and waiting, benefiting financially, while at the same time allowing for you to lower the value of your property, knowing that they're going to buy it all up as an institutional investor, move you out, raise the property value. So basically, they got it for cheap and you made it that way. But you're not a thinker. Have you noticed that most Black people don't want to move to an area until it's already popping? They're never going to be able to build it up themselves and then benefit from it. It has to come as a result of, oh no, this place is already popping. Oh man, no, it's New York City. oh man, we need to get down to Miami. People wasn't even thinking about Texas that's not from Texas until Houston, until all of the places started getting popping. And then they wanted to run over and try to be a part of the Me Too. They don't build anything themselves. They don't actually do take initiative. They don't make anything popping. I won't move from my city. Now. Why would I leave now that it's starting to benefit? Now that we starting to run up a bag. Why would I get money and leave the thing that I can build myself and make for myself? We don't value anything. We don't think our way through. We don't have a 10-year view. It's all immediate. Everything we do is emotional. And the minute that they can control your emotions, people always telling me, Anton, you should do this. Oh man, people send me videos every single day. This person said this about you, and this person said that about you. And I laugh. Your girl controlling you, manipulating you. Man, listen, I have no shortage of people, women, and it just comes with the territory. When you become more successful, when you become more visible, it's gonna happen to you too. I have no shortage of women that is trying to manipulate me. 100%. 100%. They send me messages, they send me emails, they send me text messages, they do all kind of stuff. They try to emotionally control you. If your girlfriend, if the women that are around you are trying to emotionally manipulate you, the thing that you have to do is cut the fucking phone off and go to sleep. Cut the phone off. Just cut it off and take a nap. If you are in a dealership and they trying to emotionally control you to make you buy a car, that car ain't go. Oh man, it's almost gone. Man, that car been sitting on that lot for 3 months. They got a 104-day supply. I don't make emotional decisions. I always go home. Always. By the time I come into the dealership, I probably done slept on it. I see you, Rita. I'll be in there in a minute. By the time I come into the dealership, I done already slept on the situation. When I come in, I done did my own research. I made it make sense for me. I'm telling you, everything that you do, fellas, listen to me closely, and then we about to get into the show. Everything that you do has to be calculated. Even when people think that I'm crashing out. Oh, Anton is talking about get some head. Anton talking about busting down somebody else's chick. You the one that's being manipulated. You the one that's being controlled. You the one that's being held to a standard. Everything you do has to be calculated. Everything you do has to be intentional. Never react emotionally. Never meet the same energy as your woman. She gonna crash out. She gonna do stupid stuff. Women do dumb stuff all the time. They cut their phone off so that their location ain't available, or they tell you. Let me tell you something that a woman will say. This is something that a woman will say. She'll say, "Oh my God, uh, I couldn't believe it." And then this guy, he tried to talk to me, and I was like, "No," because they want you to say, "Well, what did he say to you?" So that they can emotionally manipulate you and control you. And it's okay if you stumble a couple of times, but if you keep on getting manipulated, and if you keep on getting controlled, if you keep on doing, I can't believe you. I don't want to be here no more. That's cool. I feel you. All right, so I'm about to go get something to eat. You want something? I'm not interacting with you. I'm not even gonna entertain it. I'm telling you, you will get rich. You will control every time somebody say something to you at your job. And I ain't just talking to the guys, I'm talking to the ladies. Every time somebody say something to you at your job, you got to fly off the handle. I'm mad. I can't believe it. You the only person that's going to get fired. So you going to let them trick you out of your job. You was only supposed to be there to make money and go home. What your black ass doing getting emotionally connected to them people at them jobs? You do what you got to do to be a cultural fit. You take care of your job. You continue to manifest blessings in your life by entertaining other offers. By the time you get 2 to 3 years under your belt, you should be leaving that job anyway. It ain't no reason for you to stay there past 3, 4 years. You should already be planning your next move. You can't emotionally manipulate me. Okay, so the boss called you in there, Anton, I need you to take care of this. Okay, I've never said no. All right, absolutely. Let me see what I can do. Even if I don't do it, I just be like, yep, okay, I hear you. Absolutely. Let me go and check into that. Never say no. I may not ever look at it. I may not ever even check on it. Who knows? But I'm not gonna be emotionally manipulated. I don't care. I do not care. Y'all letting these people trick y'all out your bag. You letting people trick you out your freedom. You letting people trick you out your money. You letting people trick you out your family. You letting people trick you out of everything because we can't control ourselves. Getting locked up overseas, making emotional decisions on a regular basis. Man, if you don't pay me my paycheck, I ain't never quitting no job until I decide to quit. I'm going to quit on my terms, not because of you. I move when I want to move because this is a part of the plan and this is intentional. And the same thing comes from this content creation. I see people crash out every single day. I'm going to be honest with you, especially for people that I've never met in real life. Don't care one way or another, not even a little bit. And so if it doesn't make money, if it doesn't raise the visibility of my brand, if I don't believe that you add value into me, even when it comes to a debate, even when it comes to a conversation, even when it comes to have opposing views, if you have no value to me, I don't see you. I don't see you. I don't care what they call me. I don't care. I appreciate the visibility. Do you know that I've probably made over the last month, since people like, for example, they've been talking all of this tether talk and stuff like that, right? I've probably made an additional $20,000 on top of what I was already making. And y'all know how much I make. It's crazy. I talk about it inside of the Patreon. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I figured out how to monetize that too. I'm chilling. Life is good. Everything has to be strategic. You respond when it's conducive for you. You control the conversation. You worry about what you are doing. You play your game. You run your race. Stop controlling, letting other people control your emotions. Stop letting other people. Do you know people pay me to hate on me? You think I'm gonna stop them? Why would I stop people from paying me to hate on me? People literally come in and pay to say some of the negative stuff. And I read their super chats just like everybody else. I'm not gonna not read your super chat. I'm gonna read it. I'm absolutely, if you want visibility, if you want me to talk about how you feel about me, I've never asked for a super chat in my life, but I'm gonna ask y'all for y'all. I'm gonna ask the haters to pay me to tell me what they want to say. Otherwise, I don't see you. If you not sending no money to tell me how you feel about me, I don't see you. You can hit the Cash App. That's the last time I'm ever gonna say it. You get the you can hit the Cash App. I got PayPal. I got you can hit the super chat right here. I will absolutely acknowledge you. Shout out to you. God bless you. All right. Think about that. Think about manipulating somebody or getting somebody so much in their emotions that they're gonna send you $20 so that you can tell them, so you can read out loud how they feel about you. If that's not the biggest form of cuckery, I don't know what is. That's like somebody going into the store and they saying, "Man, I know you can't afford that right there. Man, go ahead and get out my store." What? Man, I'll buy 10 of these. Hey man, go get the bag. You just let them trick you into buying a bunch of cars that you didn't even need to prove to them that you got money. You dummy. You so dumb. And we just keep doing over and over. Yeah, they pay pigs. Over. That's why I said that's them my hoes. And don't y'all criticize them. Why you think I keep saying stop timing these people out? Why would I tell you to time these people out? They paying me. These is my hoes. They keep me in the algorithm. They keep me rich. They keep me getting money. It just is what it is. I love them hoes. Keep them on the strip. They ain't even got to go and ain't got to worry about getting arrested. Just keeping them on the strip. Keeping them on the YouTube strip. They on my YouTube strip. They on YouTube Figueroa. They on YouTube Figueroa. Shout out to my YouTube hoes. It's a bunch of them too. I would say their name, then that would benefit them though. But shout out to my YouTube hoes. All of the ones that make videos, I appreciate you. I said it too. I appreciate you. All of them. Big head givers. That's what I call them. My head givers. That's my listen, I got some YouTubers that's my number one eaters. There's some YouTubers that's my number one eaters. You think I'm about to let my eaters go? Hell no. No, that's my eater. She good with the dome too. Take the whole thing. Take the whole thing. My number one eaters. Shout out to the ladies that eat hard. Shout out to the fellas that want to see me slap my thighs.